Hey, check this out, boys. Check this out, baby. You locked in for another episode of Really the Speaker podcast. And right now, man, we have the man of the hour, my boy, Trey, the booking agent. What's happening, boss?
What's happening, brother?
How you feeling, man?
What's up, player? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, man.
Heard a lot about you. I've been tracking you. You've been doing your thing, boy.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I've been on you too, man. Just sitting here seeing you becoming the person you is doing the celebrity booking, man.
That's what's up.
So, like, man, what's the issue with that? Because I've been I've been promoting for years. You know what I'm saying? And I like, I'm from the Milwaukee, so we basically Milwaukee is like a walk up market. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take way more risks.
It's not a lot of hard ticket sales.
No, it's like not a lot of hard ticket sales in Milwaukee. Yeah. That's why when a lot of people be thinking Milwaukee big artists be canceling, it's because we last minute. Like, we a day before as it's going on. So
that's scary.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of us be taking chances, you know what I mean, bringing artists. That's why normally we like catching people when they first catch their buzz, when they like 10, 20, anything under 20,000, kind of, that's in the beginning stages. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So, lately the A&G be bringing a lot of artists to the arenas, like, Rod Wave and all them. That's why a lot of
AG, Alex Gideon. Alex.
Yeah.
He started a touring company, and he's doing his thing.
So, what's your role in this?
Well, what I do is I am the intermediary. I'm the one, the direct plug when somebody needs an artist or celebrity for whatever they're doing. I do personal stuff, like if you have a wedding, and I just did my partner's wedding a few years ago. We had a bunch of artists come through there. He had Jacquees sing. If you want to do a bar mitzvah, if you are a club owner or a promoter like yourself, you say, hey, I can't get in touch with this person. How much is he? I'll go ahead and negotiate the deal. I'll put the contract together. I make sure he shows up, make sure he's supposed to do what they're supposed to do. Make sure the business get handled, everybody's happy, and then move on to the next one. And also, if you're a brand and you want somebody to shout you out, stuff like that, promote your business, I'll put that together for you. That's what I do. Okay.
So when you bring an artist to a city, right? So my question to you is, what are things versus, okay, this is what I want to say. What is the rules to this? If I book Boss Man D-Lo,
okay,
right? And in our market, every market almost janky promotion everywhere. So the video drop is important, correct?
Yeah, so you can't do that no more.
You can't do the video drop no more?
No, you can. What I'm saying is you can't do the fake show no more.
Right, because my thing is the video drop is important for artists to say he gonna be in that city.
My job,
right?
And my job, my number one stress that I get from the promoters is the drop. As soon as they pay their money, my phone starts blowing up.
Because we want the drop.
Where's the drop? Where's the drop? Because this is the problem. There used to be a culture where you could do a bogey. This used to be called a bogey.
Yeah.
Which means I want to make some quick cash. Yeah. I'm going to say I got Jay-Z coming. I'm going to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Jay-Z don't show up. I fly the back door with all my money, right? And you don't find out till the next day. And the audience is tearing up the club, right?
Right.
Can't do that no more.
Okay.
The artist has to validate that they're coming to the venue. Or the people do not believe it. Because me being the plug, if you get finessed, right?
Yeah.
You start calling me, oh, Trey, I got finessed by the... That's why I told you to come to me in the first place. But it's all good. It's all good. We're going to work with you, right? I'll get in contact with the artist, and they'll tell me, yo, you're right. My DMs been blowing me up. But people been blowing me up. Yo, you coming to this, coming to this, coming to this? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was going on. I didn't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? But that's the way my manager business. But so now, in order to book a show, the artist has to commit to giving out that video drop because nobody believes it until they see that.
I like that you said that. And this is what I was getting to. In Valentine's Day this year, we had a contract for Keshia Cole.
Okay.
Keshia Cole, beautiful, talented woman, but she's one of the most difficult women I ever encountered doing business with. Okay. Because me and my partner, Craig at the time, she wouldn't give us a video drop.
Some artists are like that.
She was just dragging her feet,
There's
bro.
Some that's like that.
She was being rude. And we literally had to postpone it, said due to weather, even though the day the weather she supposed to came, the weather came the next day. But it was crazy because she was making it seem like it was a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, this was literally right when the time where Usher made her lift her head up, you know, when she was getting, you know, bad press about, you know, her voice not being what it used to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of ladies around Valentine's Day, you know, should have cheated these some of their anthems. So it's like to deal with somebody like that, knowing what I just know now, because I kind of knew that was common sense. It's like when you're dealing with artists who don't want to give you a video drop, and then you hear all the whispers and rumors about people, it kind of made me feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's true.
This is my thing about that.
Because I think a video drop is the easiest thing to give somebody.
This is my thing about that. I don't blame the artist. Maybe 0.5% if the artist is really an asshole. But 9 times out of 10 is I watch artist managers and artist interactions. They scared of their artists, right?
Okay.
A lot of them is nervous because they don't know when they get booted out of their position. So they kiss their ass on every little single thing, right? I watch it and I watch it live and direct. If I'm dealing directly with an artist, I'm telling them, listen, this is part of the game. This man has dropped you a $25,000 deposit. Give him his drop, get him out the way, and let's move on. But they be dancing around, prancing around with the artist, because the artist's like, oh, hold up. No. Go pull up on your artist, get his drop, make sure the promoter got what they're supposed to get, and move on to the next thing. Because this is the thing. There was a big gap in time where the only money that was being made off was off shows. When the whole thing came into play, where everybody was finessing the music and online and doing this and doing that and stealing the music off of YouTube and doing this other crazy stuff, artists wasn't making no money. So they learned how to do the streams. So there was a gap in time where there was only show money, right? So when it's only show money, you got to make sure that money floating. You got to make sure everybody that's spending the bread is happy. Otherwise, they're going to stop spending the money. So get them they drop, do what they're supposed to do, then go on and do it. It only takes 5 seconds. So that's why the promoters be hitting me up like, yo, Trey, what's up? This shit takes 10 seconds. Why do you do? Because the artist managers don't know how to handle the artists, right? They're not training them properly, let them know this is business. You see what I'm saying? You got to get him they drop. This is what he needs to be successful. If he doesn't have a successful show, he's not going to book you no more, period. Mm-hmm. As soon as that man lose, you're not getting booked no more. And people start hearing, oh, you getting 50 bands? What, the door did 20? Nobody's going to want to book you. You see what I'm saying? Because the population didn't believe that day was coming because you danced with the drop. The ticket sales were slacking. You get the drop at the last minute. It was too late. You see what happens with last minute shows on the walk up. It don't work out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
because the artists be sitting there in the hotel waiting on the rest of their bread. Because sometimes you do have niggas that they'll book a motherfucker and really they whole dependence on the back end is that dough. That's the reason why sometimes the club closes at 2:30. The artist don't get there till 1:45 because he's sitting there waiting in a hotel for somebody to come drive to them motherfucker getting the rest of his bread.
And they blame the promoter.
They blame the promoter, but the whole time they ain't got the bread. They trying to hustle it off the door.
My bad. They blame the artist. You know what I'm saying? The whole time they didn't have it.
Yeah, they ain't had the bread. You know
they didn't have the bread.
But to speak to that Keshia Cole thing, I think
not to cut you off before you get into that. There's some artists that will blast the promoters.
Yeah.
And not let that go down. I've seen it happen. I ain't gonna put out there who it was, but there's several of them that did it before. I'm sitting in the hotel room waiting on my money. Y'all better tell the promoter, bring me my bread so I can come to the show, right?
Okay.
So, but most artists won't do that, but there's some artists that will do that and won't allow that to happen.
And my thing was, even though you say the manager's scared of the artist, that's still an artist brand. The manager never get blamed for something the artists do worldwide as a brand. So let me ask you this. What's one of the biggest bookings that you've been a part of that you can say like one of the biggest artists is the biggest moments that you've been a part of since you've been a booking agent?
One of the biggest, probably the Young Money tour. Doing the after parties for the Young Money tour. And we had in one building, Wayne, Birdman, Nicki Minaj, the whole squad. Slim don't ever go nowhere. Mm-hmm. I seen Slim 7-8 foot ass coming off the tour bus. I was like, what is going down? Only thing, I think Drake had just messed up his leg or something, so he didn't make it.
Okay.
There was a couple of dates that he missed on that tour, but that was big.
Damn, that's major.
Yeah.
Heard some interesting things about you, man.
What's going on?
Man, hey, man. So I'm gonna just say it like this. So I watched a recent interview on Neyo.
Okay.
And he was telling the interviewer that the reason that he's so happy now in his current situation is that he don't have to lie no more.
Okay.
He was tired of lying.
Yeah.
With the, you know what I'm saying? That's why he's doing the poly now. His whole thing was he was tired of lying. What was your why?
Kind of the same thing. And my daughters are here, but she got grown ears now. But there was a point in my life where I got tired of getting hit in the head on the phone at 3:00 in the morning. Who's this? Running around, acting like. I mean, it got to
Trey, who is this? Who? What?
Listen, hold up.
You was going through that?
The worst feeling in the world is you dead sleep. Wake up getting hit in the head in the phone. Who's this bitch? And you trying to figure out what? Right? You sounding stupid. You fumbling, right? You mumbling, trying to get your shit together, right? It's just a bad feeling, right?
Yeah.
And you've been incarcerated before, I know. I don't know if you've ever been on the run.
Yeah.
It feels like you on the run from the feds and you're just trying to make sure all your P's and Q's together. You're not trying to get caught.
Before you get caught. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You trying not to get caught. Okay.
I got tired of that feeling. Right? And then the damage that it causes the other person too.
Mm-hmm.
I just got tired of it. So we just got to the point where this is what I tell couples. You have to get with you guys both have to have growth and understand. The man has to understand the woman has to understand the man, right? Mm-hmm. I understand the woman's an emotional creature, right? She wants attention, she has a list of stuff, right? She has to understand the man. And one of the aspects of a man is, even though how much he loves you, he's still going to see and think about other women.
Okay.
So you're either going to be part of that, part of the problem, or you can be part of the solution. And the solution that we came up with was we're going to understand each other. Mm-hmm. And if you don't understand me, it's not going to work. And she understands me now and understands what my nature is as a man. And she also enjoys those aspects also, right? You cannot be in a situation if your woman does not enjoy the company of another woman, because it's going to be forced, right? It's going to be forced. So I'm with somebody who enjoys the company of another woman. So we're both on the same page, and we are very open and clear about what the boundaries are, right? There's no me finessing and flexing outside of the situation, even though we probably could discuss that. To be honest with you, I'm just doing so much hustling and working and all that. Like chasing bras, I'm way past that level.
Okay.
Right? I'm focused on handling the business, getting to the bag, right? And let her deal with that. You know what I'm saying? She throw me an alley-oop. Like, yo, what you think about her? Yo, she cute, right? Blah, blah, blah. That type of flowing situation is so much less stress. Because I don't have to act like I'm on the run from the feds no more, right?
Okay.
Because we're both in this together. I could be handling my business. And every once in a while, you start thinking about bras. You see bras that she already got it there for you. Like, oh, shit. Okay. Right?
Right.
And it's just a beautiful situation because I don't have to hide my manhood and my nature no more. Okay. I can live in my own truth.
Quick question. How long has it been since you've been in this policy?
We just started this because, I said.
So 6 months, a year, couple months?
Until I started, to be honest with you, certain people that came on your podcast.
Yeah.
Like Game God Goldie, these type of individuals.
Yeah.
This is my thing. I'm starting to get in a high level mentorship. You don't understand what's really going on until you really talk to somebody that's been in that position before.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So for instance, for 15 years, I just wrote an ebook called Booked and Paid, right? Okay. And this book divulges everything in my 15 years of experiences, what to do, what not to do, to where you don't have to wait 15 years. You could figure it out. You could read this. You could start right now, right? And if some things you don't understand, you can hit me up. We can work it out, or we can go to another level, right?
Okay.
But you could read this book and know what all my mistakes was and skip past all of that, right? Okay. By listening to me, because I've been there. Why would I keep making the same mistakes? I've been doing the same mistakes forever, right? Up until recently. It got to a point I was like, hold up. Let me start taking other people's experiences and seeing how I can put that into my life and get fast track to right now, right? So then I started doing a lot more reading and start more self-reflecting, a lot more talking to her. And I started to understand that the only way out of all of that misery is you got to sit down and tell the truth, right? And if we can get on the same page, we get on the same page. If we can't, we can't. Okay. And that's it.
So one of the biggest misconceptions about poly is that men just want more pussy. They just want more hoes to fuck. They just want more things. So I don't want you to speak to that. I want you to speak to the biggest benefit of a poly. What's one of the biggest benefits that may go over people's head when you think of poly? You think of more than one.
Let's not bullshit ourselves. We have circles of men.
No, give it to me. Come on.
We got circles of men that we talk to, that we listen to, that we kick it with on an everyday basis.
Okay.
99.9% of niggas might want more pussy. Period.
Okay.
Right? So that is a part of it.
So that's not a misconception?
It's part of it.
It's part of it.
It's always there. It's always there, right? You always want that variety, right? It's always there. But I think the biggest benefit to me is the more feminine energy that I have around me, it kind of uplifts me, right? And it takes me out of that mind frame of it's just like anything. When you're chasing stuff, it runs away from you, right? But when it's there, you kind of don't stress about it, right? So instead of me running around thinking about broads, when my girl comes to the table with a young lady, I don't really stress about it no more. I'm not tripping. I'm like, it's there. So I'm just working, right? So that's the mind frame that I'm in.
So have your girl ever brought someone that you disapproved of?
I kind of think very highly of her
judgment. Okay.
But we sometimes, anybody like me and you meet right now, right? This ain't not about me and you. I know you 1,000, you know I'm 1,000.
Okay.
But say we big folks didn't put us together, right?
Okay.
And we just met each other off the streets. There's gonna be a certain amount of time that's going to take for me to really figure you out.
Yeah.
And you figure me out.
Right.
Right? For us to be able to come to that trust rather than just off the rip. We're just like, oh yeah, we all peoples, right? That's when he introduced me to you, I was like, cool, it is what it is. We both have to, even if she brings somebody to the table, I respect her judgment, but still, it's going to be a certain amount of time where we both start to realize shit or see shit because nobody's ever going to reveal everything in the beginning.
Okay.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? So in the beginning, everybody's gonna put on that little front. And after a while, once you let your guard down, then you see who somebody really is. So sometimes we see, oh, these is cool people. Sometimes we see, I don't know. I'm starting to see some little flags start to pop up, right?
Okay.
And then that's how it is.
So you just basically, like you say, you trust her judgment and you just play it by how it goes. So like, when it comes to what you're doing, like what's your long-term goal in that?
What do you mean?
Like far as having this, because I look at it, this is how I look at it, bro. You know, there's a lot of cliche sayings out here. Teamwork makes the dream work, shit like that. But I look at it like, man, I can get more shit done with 2 than I can get done with 1. Maybe 3. Because I look at it like, okay, I'm an agent. I'm a booking agent. Okay, baby, you can run this. I can do this. I'm trying to figure out how can we all get richer and get established. I get the pussy part, but I'm looking at it more from a business. I look at it as an entity. Like we a brand.
100%.
How can we make some money?
100%.
All this. How can we monetize what the fuck we doing, as they say today? So when I look at something like that, I'm interested in it, but I also look at it from a standpoint of I'm not going to do nothing I can't afford to do.
Correct.
Because I look at life as a lot of niggas can't even afford the first one, and you talking about you want a second one.
Oh, shit.
So,
no question.
You know what I mean?
No question.
So my thing is, can you put yourself in a predicament where I can find like-minded women who understand, yeah, sex is important for a man, but also building some such as a foundation and an empire. It's like one of the top goals for me because I look at it like if I'm already got motion, making shit happen by myself, what value can you add to me? Because at the end of the day, women have to understand that you a boss, I'm a boss, I got good dick, you got good pussy. That's an even exchange. Now we back to square one. That's why so many stalemates in the dating scene, because there's so many women doing great, men doing great, and now we got to figure out how can you complement that. The way you compliment that is you come add value. Like I tell people all the time, baby, I ain't here to sit at your table. I'm bringing my table to your table.
100%.
I ain't the nigga who I need 20,000 for you. No, baby, I got 20,000. You got 20. Now we got 40. What can we do with this 40 real quick to turn this 40 into 100? What's your credit like, baby? Let's help build your credit. Like, my thing about poly is more about empowerment and building than fucking, because I can go to strip club, fuck this bitch for 200, fuck this bitch for 200, and have fun for the night. Never got to see these hoes again.
No question.
So if it's really just about pussy, I don't need to be in a poly. That's just my
1000%.
mindset. I got to be in the mindset of we trying to build something to add value to the entity and to the brand. I'm all about trying to make a play that's going to set us up, even if I don't fuck with you no more. You know what I'm saying? I think the CEO of Barstool said his ex still got, access to his account, which I know is bullshit. It's one of his accounts, not all of them.
Right.
But he just putting out the trust factor is still there, even though we ain't on same good terms. Same as co-parenting with a child. I don't fuck with the mother no more, but I'm still co-parent the child. So I look at poly totally different than the average nigga. I don't look at it from a pussy standpoint. I look at it from, we got to come add some value, run some plays up like we all do.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Because you already a boss, you a brand, you a man. So it's like, if a woman ain't adding to you, she taking from you. Now, if you one of them niggas who think like that, not you, but I just feel like that's just like more some sucker, tender dick nigga shit. If a nigga think with the wrong head, he ain't hard to get at.
That was good. That was good.
You know what I'm saying?
See, this the thing.
So that's just how I think. That's just my whole analogy. And I ain't sending shots to no nigga. But that's how I feel.
I feel you.
Ain't
100%.
no bitch finna come sit at
you
my
100%,
table.
because everybody thinks,
we gotta win, baby.
Everybody thinks it's awesome.
We done had fun. Now we ain't no young niggas no more. I can see if we was 19, 20, yeah, but nigga, we OGs now. We big homies.
Yeah.
We passed that shit. If nigga ain't got that shit off, nigga, I tell a bitch all the time, baby, I'll jag my dick off before I play with you.
Left hand and right hand.
And I trust her because she ain't cheating on me. This bitch with me every day.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
Yeah,
that's
so
good.
I mean, that's just how I think.
But this is the thing, right? You're right about it.
So that's what I mean by what's the goal.
The goal is this. This is the problem. You got to always look at things, even when it's a benefit, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? So there's good things with it, but then you got to look at the bad things too. You got twice as much emotions. You got twice as much extra problems. You got twice as much, right? So you got to be able to have capacity for that, right? If you don't, it's a big issue. Okay. And also, if somebody comes in, they got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, right? They can't just coming in with a bunch of chaos. It's not going to work, right? You're already dealing with one woman, and she has, women have a lot that you have to deal with, right? And so do men. So if you add more to that pie, you gotta know how to come in. The woman that comes in has to know how to come in correctly, right? They can't be coming in trying to bogart. They can come with a bunch of stress and chaos, right? It's not gonna work, right? If you just come in with some pussy, I get you. There's some fun times here and there because everybody's not always gonna be there in the end, right? So sometimes it might just be that. But if you ask them what the final goal is, like, to have somebody cool that you can build a real understanding with and eventually get to that point.
Okay.
Right? Because the problem is, as you know, in any relationship, are you with the same person that you've been with since you was in high school? No. With any relationship, they come in and out. What we don't want to do is have somebody come in, because when even a young lady we're just dealing with, our kids were hanging out together, all that kind of stuff. It starts to get to a different level. Right, so we got to start to figure out, is this person gonna be around? You know what I mean?
Sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's there's some fun times, but that's part of everybody knowing, are we all on the same vibe? Okay, right, and then it gets to other levels. Okay, cool. Then to business, we evolved other young ladies with business and see how they could handle that. Some fumbled, some didn't. You know what I'm saying? Some ran like Emmitt Smith, and some had the Butterfingers. But the ultimate goal is, first of all, if me and her are 100% on the same page, because what we don't want to happen is me just being like, okay, cool, and then she feels some type of way, and she ain't feeling the girl like that, or she feeling her 100%, and I'm like, you know what I mean? So
not to cut you off, but I feel you, right? So it is what it is. This advice could be for whoever listening, not you per se, but
I listen to all advice.
But I feel like this: you and your main girl, y'all in agreement that we cool with bringing another person in. One of the most important things that I see in today's time is courting people from afar. And what I mean by courting somebody from afar is basically like this. You're not finna be in my personal space that quick. We gonna meet you places. We gonna hang out with you places. You're not finna be around our kids, our immediate circle. You gotta earn your way into that leisure. I don't care if we hang out at hotels, whatever we going to. I gotta court you from afar. Because one thing I learned is attachment. Children definitely have attachments. You know what I'm saying? I was dating a young lady. She had a 10-year-old daughter. My daughter was 9, and she was mad because I wouldn't allow her around my daughter that fast. Sent me a whole text like, my daughter 10, your daughter 9. I said, I don't even know if I'm gonna fuck with you for real.
Period.
You know, kids don't have the same detachment issues as adults. We can detach fast. I know I can. But a child gonna also ask, Dad, where's Shantae?
What happened to such and such? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that just, it's not good examples. I'm already doing something that's morally not correct. So why would I not make sure that I have somebody where I can court from afar and make sure that I don't put her in my personal space? Because obviously what she could do is come in and fuck everything I got going on and then move around. You know, the internet is a dangerous place. So it's like a nigga got to be careful and be wise. So I look at it like that too. So that's just my opinion. Now, we press for time because we didn't get here on time. So let me get to the next issue. You got a relationship with Cardi B and Offset, correct?
We've done a lot of business together.
A lot of business together where you know of them. So I'm looking at the Cardi B and Offset situation, right? And I always tell people, what was Cardi B since the beginning? Cardi B. And what Cardi B is an advocate for a certain demographic of women, regardless of what you want to call them. Hoes, bad bitches, turned up bitches. So if you ever want to know what type of woman you're dealing with, all you got to do is wait for some shit to come out. When she was pregnant and admitted that she fucked the nigga while she was pregnant, you seen all the women who said that was cool. You look at them, that let you know. Now, in this situation with Offset, I tell people all the time, bro, how you meet somebody is how you always got to treat them. You can never, the movie famously, Players Club, the nigga Lance told Diamond, you got my homies clowning me and shit. She like, the same club I met you at, Lance.
Right.
The problem with niggas is they'll meet a motherfucker in a certain field and then think when it's over, she ain't going back to the same field. So my question is, it's one thing I want to ask you about. The son getting the same braids as the other son from the same stylist. How you view that? Going too far? Or it's over, it's not a big deal?
I mean, I'm a little bit different because I'm not really into my children being raised and handled by other men. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a sticky situation. But
come on, keep it real. We don't really speak it, man.
I make so much money with these people. I don't like getting into this personal shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing, all right? The power of celebrity will change your views very quick, right? Very quickly. Okay, if a man has no status, does something, right?
Yeah.
A woman's going to treat him some type of way. If a man is superstar status and does the same exact thing, the woman's going to treat him differently. And the other way around, right? Everybody always talk about Beyonce. If Beyonce did this, Beyonce did that, would you still rock with her? 9 times out of 10, a nigga probably would, right? So my opinion is, I feel as though if your chick is on a certain type of celebrity status, right, or making a certain kind of money, sometimes a lot of shit gets overlooked. I'm not saying by everybody, but a lot of people are overlooked certain things depending on what status or what kind of money they're bringing in.
I understand that.
And I think even though she was doing certain things before they met, the level of stardom that she reached, it started to become out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? But stuff always starts to rear their ugly head.
Yeah.
The truth always comes out. You know, people are always going to be who they're going to be from the core, period, anyways. So when that stuff starts to come back out, then you got to be like, oh, damn, I forgot about that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was kind of that situation, to me anyways.
And I look at it like this, bro. If I met a bitch in a strip club, bro, and I dated her, took her out the strip club, whatever, she was still dancing, whatever she stopped doing. When this relationship ends, it's a 90% chance she going back to the club, boss. So my point is this, as a man, you cannot be mad at something that you agree with initially. Like, a woman is not a hoe, but a hoe is a woman. She's a form of woman. Just like you got square niggas, hoe niggas, true. Bitch niggas, fuck niggas, real niggas, lame niggas, square niggas. We can just go all day with it. So the problem is, however you are, baby, that's what I gotta respect. And niggas not respecting it no more. I feel like it's lame for a nigga to fuck with a hoe bitch and then get mad that she go back to being the hoe bitch she was when she done fucking with you, boss. After you done publicly embarrassed her and did multiple things to her. So my mindset is, Cardi been Cardi since we knew Cardi. When she was dancing in Chicago, when she was fucking with King yelling all them niggas, when she was on them shows, all that shit, Cardi's been Cardi. She's just richer now. So I think that's the problem with a lot of people not understanding, like, some of the things that she doing, people can't fathom. But I don't look at it from a celebrity standpoint. I look at it from this who she always been. She's never switched up. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just look at it like, why man can't take accountability? Because this is how I look at shit, bro. Women are natural reactors of what? Actions. Who create the actions? Niggas. You can't find a woman in America that's happy with her husband, happy with her man, that will go outside and see a nigga and be like, ooh, give him his number and go fuck him.
1,000%.
But you can see a nigga, this woman could have just, man, she could have just gave me 10,000, sucked my dick, bought me a house, put a car in her name. I go right to the gas station, you a thick bitch, hop out and smile at me. I forget about everything.
Nature of men.
So women are natural reactors of actions. Maybe if the nigga took more accountability and stopped doing the actions, a woman wouldn't have to react.
That's a good way to look at it.
That's just how I look at shit.
I still think power of celebrity, like, listen.
Cooking around this book.
Listen. If a chick come in with $1 million bag and put it on the table, a lot of shit that she was doing, you're gonna forget. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And it's just the way it is.
For sure.
She was bringing in, at one point, I got to a point where I got promoters that was calling for, I'm hitting up management. Oh yeah, that'll be $2 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody got $1 million deposit. Who got that? People don't realize this. All these rappers that you're seeing on stage, 90% of it is financed by hustlers. However they hustle. They're selling this, they're doing this, they're flipping that, whatever it is. Right? They don't understand. It's not a lot of corporate people booking this stuff. So it gets to a certain point where the hood can't buy you no more.
The hood can't buy you. I like that. So look, I'm going to end it with this, and I'm going to got a question for you. So I wrote this down. I said, in your current role today, how do you think that you helping everyone in the business you in to succeed?
I built a lot of millionaires. A lot. And I got receipts. The thing about it is I've never just tried to gatekeep information because I always thought I used to look up the numbers and find out how much money is moving in the world. You'll never be able to spend it. It's trillions, right? So if I'm worried about my little couple million and you actually going to stop yourself from making money by blocking other people from making money.
Okay.
When I started to build people up to make money, it made me more money. Right? Period. That's just the way it is. Okay. So I come in, people ask me, hey, what do you do? Can you teach me how to do this? Next thing you know, we're partners. You in Jacksonville, now you're a celebrity booking agent in Jacksonville, right? You call me, I feed you all the artists, we bust it down. You see what I'm saying? That's the way the game goes. Now you're making your M's, and now I'm talking about my man in New York is making his money. My man in Chicago is making his money. My man in Tennessee is making his money. But it's all coming back to the same pot.
Okay.
Right? And then we can feed off of each other. So now I call an artist and I say, I got 10 cities I can put you in right now, right? Because I built all these partnerships.
Okay.
Right?
Bet. So look, man, we definitely got to come back and do this again.
For sure.
We got to definitely, because we're going to get a lot of, we're going to get some feedback.
Let's do it.
I can feel it already, man.
You know what? And going back to what we just talked about, the ebook, they got to get it.
So where can they find the ebook
Okay,
at?
just go to my Instagram, Trade the Booking Agent, TRETHE Booking Agent, right?
Is it free or how much it costs?
I brought it down just because so many people wanted the game, right? And I know a lot of the economy, whatever, and there's a lot of people that starting from zero. Everybody don't got it like that.
Yeah.
I started from zero, so I'm giving people a shot. $17 right now. They can go download it, and I have the entire game step by step from starting from zero all the way to calling a celebrity and getting them booked in the club and getting it done right now. You might have a homeboy who got a little bag and just trying to get popping on the internet.
Okay.
They can call you and you can get the artist put it. That simple, right?
Facts.
It's called Booked and Paid, the ultimate guide to being a celebrity booking agent. They can get it right now and then go ahead and get busy.
Say less. Man, Trade the Booking Agent. It was a pleasure.
Hey, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Man. We're going to tap in.
That's what it is.
Believe that. Let's go, man.